This radio show might make you cry, will probably make you angry, will most assuredly make you laugh, and is guaranteed to make you think. 3-6 Nation Radio, where no topic is too hot, no take is too cold, with Monica Livingston and Sean Parker. 3-6 Nation Radio, in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on? I am Monica D. Livingston, founder and leader of the 3-6 Nation. I am joined here today with my fabulous partner,
Sean William Parker, the main event voice.
Going on.
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
We chilling like Bob Dylan. It's hot as...
Well, actually, we chilling...
It's hot as... Can I say it?
Like round cylindrical objects.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Translation: sweaty balls outside. Real sticky.
But actually,
balls.
I want to correct you about something because we're not chilling like Bob Dylan. We are chilling like Orenthal James Simpson today.
The juice is loose.
The juice
is loose.
Well, he will be loose on October 1st.
But you're right. You're right. It's a little more time.
But yes, we're going to talk about that. He got parole today.
He did. And you know what? That's one of my stories. I'm going to dive into that a little bit later, but that's a preview. I'm excited about the show lineup. We've got Henry Discombobulating Jones, prominent boxing announcer and friend of yours,
absolutely,
on the show today. I'm excited about that.
I would consider him to be my ring announcing mentor.
Right. Cool. So we got that, and what else we have?
We got our 3-6 Nation sports, 3-6 Nation news. We've got some timely topics. Some sad and one weird, quirky one, I guess.
All right.
But
I'm gonna let you do weird and quirky. We've also got.
I do it so well.
Make an intern laugh. And
yes.
I think I'm gonna do another prank phone call. I got two in my head swirling around. This is always difficult because this is a debut last week of that segment. It went well, but you never know if anybody's really going to answer the phone, if it's going to work out.
Because you still have to understand this show is still in its infancy, and we're still trying things out. And
the other thing, Sean, I don't want to pre-record. Anybody pre-recording prank calls, everybody can do that, right? They pre-record them. You pick the best one. You pick when it's funny.
Right.
I'm gonna really try to do this thing like off the cuff. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I've got two numbers that I received probably about 30 minutes ago, and I'm going to mess with them.
And I mean, if it fails, it fails, and then I just get to play this sound.
You suck.
And then we keep going.
And we also a special shout out to our 5 listeners. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
Keep coming back. It's like AA. You just have to keep coming back and tell a friend so that maybe we'll get 10 listeners by next week.
And hit us up on our, I'm showing you our little cheat card, our social media, Facebook, 3-6 Nation, Instagram at 3_6_ Nation, on Twitter at 3-6 Nation, or you can always call into the show at 203-580-3636.
That's right.
It's a very clever number, 3636.
36? This is 3-6 Nation, baby.
That's right.
All right, so listen, we're going to come right back. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, the Crystal City Sports Pub, and we're going to jump right into news when we get back. 3-6 Nation out, but we'll be back.
See ya.
Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com.
The 3-6.
There we go.
3-6 Nation News, the DMV's #1 source for the hot topics and current news of the day.
Did you notice something different about the intro?
Yes, you took out.
There was
corny
no Monica Corningstone
ass,
and Sean Burgundy.
but yes, thank you. I love you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank
Took
you.
a few seconds, just lop it off in audacity and keep getting up.
Surprise. Pleasant
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
What
know,
you
it's
got
all
for
about
us?
gift giving here. All right. First story. I hate leading off with this, but it is a very timely and a very sad story. John McCain, the venerable senator from Arizona, diagnosed with a brain tumor. He had been away from the Senate for this last week. He was diagnosed with, and I had it in the front of my head, glioblastoma, which
on
is
that, didn't you?
No, you hear it once or twice and you kind of get
all
it.
right, my bad.
He was diagnosed
Glioblastoma.
with glioblastoma. That is a very aggressive form of brain
It
cancer.
sound aggressive.
And
Glioblastoma.
that glioblastoma,
That ain't
right?
something you're going to recover from.
No, and they actually said that the prognosis for this kind of cancer is very low, is very poor. The late Senator Edward Kennedy survived less than 15 months after his was found. So this is, like I said, very aggressive, and our thoughts and prayers go out to John and Cindy McCain and their whole family. Well wishes poured in former Presidents Obama and Clinton, of course. Well wishes.
Yeah.
McCain running against Obama
Right.
in 2008. So let's hope he beats this, and let's hope anything that we can do for cancer research, all types of cancer, but especially something like this, because John McCain, 80 years old, but still getting it done in the Senate. I mean,
I'm not mad at him.
say what you will, whether you're a Republican or a
Right.
Democrat, you know that he is a true American and he does what he thinks is the best for this country. And, I applaud his efforts and wish him well.
I'm with you, Sean. I don't think the guy has any hate in his heart, or politically, I strongly disagree with a lot of the things that Republicans like to do, but or want to do. But I wish him all the best. He's a fighter. I mean, we know that. I mean, so I hope that he can beat this, and I hope that it somehow, and it already seems like it has brought people together in terms of different party affiliations. I haven't heard anyone saying anything negative about him, regardless of how you feel about politics. And even the one Republican, or was it a Democratic senator? I don't know. Or someone said something about die already or whatever, and everybody jumped on her.
Exactly.
And regardless of their party affiliation, was like, that's tacky, and uncalled for. And
No.
she is you got something for me? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, no, but I absolutely agree with you, because how much I dislike President.
Right.
But I wouldn't want him to die.
Well,
he's
let's
a
move
human
on to
being.
the next topic then.
See,
Oh, my bad. let's not get carried away on here now.
No, but here's
some empathy, but let's be real.
Here's a Thursday thought.
Thursday thought.
Here's a hashtag Thursday thought.
Later got you tripping.
Exactly. Hey, I'm a quick study.
All right, go ahead. What's your Thursday thought?
My Thursday thought is, let's think about this for a second. Maybe God, Allah, whoever you choose to believe in,
Right.
is trying to tell us something. We had the shooting with the Representative Scalise
Right.
over there in Alexandria, brought them together temporarily.
Yeah.
We have John McCain being afflicted with this disease, bringing them together. Maybe God is trying to tell Congress, y'all need to come together and work together and try to make this thing better,
Yes.
instead of being separate. See,
Yes.
we need to pick up on these signs.
Preach.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. That's a Thursday thought.
I had to quick run up on the pulpit. Now I'm jump back off and hand it over to you. What else do we have in the news?
So speaking of sick, OJ is loose. He's gonna be
juice is
loose,
loose.
right? In October, he got paroled today. I have to be
Yes, he
very
did.
honest with you. I thought I was a little nervous.
Okay.
The juice is loose. Oh, sorry.
Some people would not
I know.
appreciate that.
Listen, I'm trying anything I can to get more than 5 listeners. I'm trying to get the people that may be pissed off at us.
Yeah.
Like, call in.
Hey, call in too.
Watch this. He ain't do it. He ain't do it.
There you go.
He ain't do it. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Glove didn't fit.
In real talk, I'm so glad that the parole board went with exactly what they should have. And this is about the law and about the fact that the guy has, when you do the risk score, right? They had to do this. He was a low to medium risk score.
Yes.
And the things that they take into consideration are family support, classes that they've taken, infractions, whether he will be a financial burden to society, all these things. He had his first arrest at the age of 46. He's a commissioner of the softball league there.
Right.
He took the alternative to violence class, the victim's empathy class.
Right.
He was a model prisoner.
He put his ducks in a row, and he
Right.
put himself in position. And like one of the legal analysts on ESPN said earlier
The
today,
legal analyst on ESPN.
Yeah.
Not CNN, ESPN.
ESPN.
Oh, we
They
got
have
to see,
legal
huh?
analysts too.
I ain't mad at him. Go ahead.
But they said that he, that he had a burden of proof to prove that he would be, that he wouldn't be a menace to society.
Yeah.
And he did just
He
that.
proved it. And the other thing is the charges were bogus from the get-go. Let's be honest. OJ is in jail for killing his wife. How do you go to jail for stealing your own stuff back? I still don't understand it. That was that man's stuff. He went into the room and said, I need
So
my
you're saying
stuff
that
back.
they got him
Yeah,
or
this was a
retrograde? Yeah.
This was a get back. Oh, let's see. Is this a real caller? No, I don't think that's a real caller. You
Who was
call
it?
back later. It's Nashville, Tennessee. We don't know nobody.
Yes, we do know somebody I know somebody in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's
so
right, you do. Did you give her my number?
yeah.
Oh, well then. Okay. Well,
Anyway.
tell her we would after commercial break. Anyway, let me finish about OJ.
All right, go right ahead.
My thing about OJ is I think OJ may have CTE.
That's possible.
This would explain a lot, right? So the number, like 5 symptoms of CTE are irritability, aggression, speech and language difficulties, motor impairment, such as difficulty walking, tremors, loss of muscle movement, weakness, etc. Trouble swallowing, vision and focusing problems, and trouble with sense of smell and dementia. So I'm going to tell you the other thing I was hoping that I would see here were some like facial tics, but that's motor, that goes along with motor impairment. He had a lot of facial tics today when I was watching the show. Some of his expressions and blinking and movement of his mouth. I really think that
I'm surprised nobody came up, and mentioned
they
that.
have. So here's the thing that was buried. When the movie Concussion came out, that doctor, was based on a true story.
Right.
He went and visited OJ in jail.
Okay.
And said that he thinks that OJ is suffering from CTE. Well, of course, nobody wanted to hear that because that gives, OJ an excuse of why he allegedly, or if whatever you believe, killed his wife, or at least the fact we know that he beat her. That's a known fact, right? And that's some of that aggression. And so I think that really, the NFL needs to do a little better job about what we're going to do about this problem with CTE. And as you know, I love football, played it for many years, wouldn't do anything different, but I've seen the effects even, on my team of some of my friends. Multiple concussions just simply does not work out for an individual's brain. And, we put these men on pedestals and we give them all this money and we let them, be in charge of the whole wide world. And then we take that away from them, and then their brain is sloshing around inside their head.
Right, because understand, I mean, we throw the word concussion around all the time,
Right.
and we're a smart society. Just to remind you, a concussion is when your brain slams into the inside of your skull.
Yep.
So after repeated incidences of that, your brain is not going to be the same. It's just bottom line.
It's like your car. You
Right.
have the biggest truck, car, whatever. You keep slamming it up against a building, guess what?
That metal is going to be
damaged.
exactly.
Right. That's it. So we wish OJ the best. I hope that when he gets out, he did a couple things in jail while he was there to help other people. He bought some books and things of that nature.
So let's hope he keeps doing that.
Yeah, let's hope he does that. And I'm sure there's a reality show in his future. And, honey, I hope it comes on after the Kardashians, because I will tune in. I will be watching.
You still watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Come on now. As long as the Kardashians are on TV,
Okay.
I'm watching.
All right.
Haters gonna hate.
All right.
Makes them create.
Well, I can't talk because I watch the topic of this next story.
Here we go with your mess again.
And
Go ahead.
me with my mess again. A helicopter carrying the son of the CEO of the WWE made an emergency water landing. A helicopter carrying the son of World Wrestling Entertainment CEO Vince McMahon made an emergency landing Wednesday in the ocean off New York, and neither the pilot nor the passenger were hurt. Shane McMahon, a former WWE executive who currently plays an on-air role with WWE's television shows, he is the general manager. No, he's the CEO of SmackDown, was the passenger in the Robinson R-44 helicopter that came down in the Atlantic Ocean off Long Island's Gilgo Beach late Wednesday morning. The red aircraft could be seen bobbing on its bright yellow pontoons. I do that often. I bob on my yellow pontoons. And small boats circled about a half mile south of the beach. He said it was very unnerving. He later went on Twitter, said he'd like to thank the man upstairs for looking out this morning, and thanks to the pilot, the Suffolk County Marine Bureau, Fire Island Coast Guard. I guess the question that I have
What's your
is,
question?
Well, I guess the question or the topic that I wanted to bring up is, sometimes flying general aviation can be a little bit hairy.
I guess so.
Helicopters
I don't know
and
nothing about what them WWE people.
Well, no.
doing.
I'm just talking about I'm talking about helicopters and airplanes.
Okay.
Forget the part of that, him being associated with wrestling.
So this wasn't like a.
It wasn't a
PR
wrestling
thing.
No,
or,
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Even though they are coming to Verizon Center on Monday for Monday Night Raw,
Okay.
which I plan on being there for.
I mean, because they could. You don't think that I'm crazy. When the next match happens and they wrestling in a helicopter that's going to land on the yellow pontoon, know you heard it here first. Right? They've done cage matches. They might do.
Yeah.
Maybe we should pitch that to them. Wrestling in
the helicopter. That would be something.
And then the winner, gets to stay, and they push the other one out. And I don't know. Why am I participating in this with you?
No, that was completely off topic, and I didn't even do it.
Okay, go back to what you're saying.
But no, the craziest thing I have ever seen, by the way, is a barbed wire fire match. That was crazy. Anyway,
sounds like a crazy
movie. Flying in general aviation, I mean, I'm sure it's statistically safer than being on the, driving or walking or whatever. Right. But still, would you do it? Would you fly around in a helicopter? Because apparently he was flying in a helicopter to get to a plane to fly to the next destination.
Here's the thing I want to know. When everyone gives that statistic, right, they're always like, flying is safer, blah, 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 whatever. What does that really mean in terms of what's the survival rate? So yeah, I probably won't fall out of the sky if I'm on a helicopter, and the probability of me getting hit if I'm walking down Georgia Avenue in Washington D.C. with a blindfold on increases dramatically.
Not a blindfold.
I mean, let's just go ahead and ramp it up.
Okay.
Increases dramatically, but I feel like I might survive, a little bump to the hip here more than falling out of the sky in a helicopter.
That's true.
So that's the statistic I want to know. But,
interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to skip my second story.
All right.
So that we can, how about this? How about we stay on
that might be a good idea, because we do have our interviewee that will be calling in a few minutes, and
so let's go ahead and
shout out. But you do have time for your second story.
Yeah, Baltimore cop planted drugs. Surprise, surprise! Everybody's surprised that they're crooked. Okay, that's the story. I'm not surprised at all.
It's Baltimore.
I'm not surprised.
Baltimore
at all.
people call in. It's Baltimore.
Poor kids. I know that they need their, arrest rates up and all that, but that's not the way to do it. That's why people don't trust the police there in Baltimore. I've had some personal experience there when we were building the group home in Baltimore, where they literally moved us out. We were doing a group home. Everything was donated. We had it fully stocked. And the neighborhood said, yeah, no, we don't really want you here. And I think some of that, I'll take some ownership on that we didn't do a good job of letting the neighbors know that we were there for them. It wasn't us moving into their neighborhood, but this was a service that we were going to provide for that community.
Okay.
And, the police said, oh, yeah, you guys got robbed. And people, that's the first thing is you guys got robbed. And I always tell people, no, we didn't get robbed. We actually got moved out because this was a thing where the entire community, from what I was able to put together from talking to neighbors, they literally moved us out. They took the toilet paper. They took all the cans of food out of the cupboard. They stole every fork, everything out. And so it's Nashville again. Is that your boo?
I don't know. Answer it. Hey,
Let's do this. Hold on, everybody.
Let's see.
Call from Tennessee Tammy. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What is that? I don't know.
I do not know. I have not had relations with this woman. Who the hell is Tina? Is that a collect call?
I have
I don't know
idea.
anybody in jail. Also, well, no, unless they're students of mine. But I don't know any grown people in jail. Okay,
Why you gonna call your students out like that?
I mean, my bad. I love y'all.
I thought you had good, outstanding students.
They know I love them.
I thought you were a shaper of minds.
See, this is the problem. I told you I wanted to go to commercial break. You made me answer that, and now we are discombobulated. Speaking of discombobulated,
hey, that's a good
segue.
that?
We're gonna go to commercial break. We're gonna talk to our sponsor PCA and Crystal City Sports Pub, and then when we come back, we are gonna have
Henry Discombobulating Jones.
We'll be right back.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com. It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com. It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I...
And a sensible choice for our training here today. Please help me in welcoming Miss Monica Livingston.
Woo! Thank you. Oh, put your hands together again for me. You know, what we're really trying to do is bring fun to CPR. She just don't want to be the one to say 89. Right? Our brand really is to bring the same curriculum, have higher retention by bringing fun to it. It was 101, it was close. All that too, you would think he was gonna break the mannequin. That's right, no pulse, you're gonna go directly into what? Compression. So if you can make someone laugh, you can also make them listen. If you can make them listen, then you can teach them and hence make them learn. It's like this. Y'all can sing if you want. Go ahead and sing.
She's a great instructor. Really has you entertained.
You keep doing compressions. You do not stop. When you're doing hands-only CPR, there is no reason for you to stop except you become too physically tired. Thank you, Zach.
Most of these type of courses, you'd rather go on your phone and on Facebook, social media, but she really keeps you engaged and entertained, and you want to learn. So.
Well, this is the wrong group. Everybody's fine in here, right? What do you mean they move? Okay, right.
The instructor is just so involved, and she just loves talking about CPR, and she's really engaging the audience. I think that's what's making it so much fun. And it's interactive, we're all laughing, we're all having a good time, but we're learning about a very important and serious matter. 2, 1, time. Woo!
It makes learning enjoyable outside of just reading a book or watching a video, but having interaction with the speakers.
All right. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Good. All right, we're back. So we're gonna try to do a prank call while we're just switching up things here.
Yep.
And then we'll come back to our community spotlight. Again, people, be patient with us. We're just trying this. I like live prank calls, so this is not pre-recorded, so mistakes can happen. But here we go. Come on. This is crazy. Let's hope he answers.
Please leave your message for 5717.
Sorry, we got another one.
Sometimes
you call back twice, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna call back a second time. When people are persistent with me, I'll click over, act like it's not me, and then see what they say. He's playing hard to get.
The phone is ringing.
I'm gonna abandon this one. We got another one. No worries, people. Don't you go anywhere. Watch this. 7966. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say the numbers out on air.
Well, you didn't say the whole thing. So.
Okay.
The perils of live radio.
It's all right. Next one is a winner because I know someone's there. I just wanted to do this one first because it was going to be, funnier. Oh, was that him? No. Hold on. Watch this. Don't boo yet. I thought he answered. We have plenty of time. Just live radio. What do you do? His name is Jay. All right. Last straw here. It's okay. We're going to get this done today, though. If you think that I'm going to pre-record, you're crazy. You just listen to the phone ring. That's what y'all are going to do. Oh, okay. So tell him right after this. Okay.
Thank you for calling Policy. This is Jessica. How may I help you?
Yes, hi, Jessica. I'm going to bring a bunch of people into the restaurant. We're going to buy a bunch of appetizers, a lot of food, about 15 people or so. Do you have a private area for me?
I do not. Our restaurant, the first level is no longer open, so we only have the upstairs space. And when are you speaking of?
Well, I mean, I can work this out with you. When will you be available to accommodate about 15 people?
So you might want to check because we don't really have appetizers. Our menu is drastically changed. You might want to check our online menu.
Okay.
But then I can create a semi-private area for you where you would just order through the bar or through a server can kind of cocktail your table back and forth with the bar. Tomorrow I have a semi-private group on one side of the room, but I could dedicate another. Tonight we have a large group that's going to be occupying the space. It's open to the public, but I couldn't do anything private.
That's not a problem, Jessica. Appetizers are fine. That's all we need. We've got a budget for this thing, so we'll just buy, 7 or 8 of every single appetizer you have there. I'm not really worried about the bar because we're going to bring our own alcohol. So all I need from you guys is
But you can't do that.
Oh, no, Jessica. Listen, we've got a bunch of alcohol. Like we've got ton of vodka, gin.
Yeah,
so we're
I
just
just
gonna bring
can't permit you legally to do that.
Oh, what? Jessica, listen. Just
We're
turn the
a
other way.
full-service lounge, so we have all the alcohol you could purchase, so we can't allow you to bring it in.
Yeah, but this alcohol I already have, Jessica. It's free. So I just want to bring this. All I need from you guys is like orange juice.
I understand that, but I can't allow that.
Well,
we're a business.
Don't worry. I'm working it out. Listen, so Jessica, we need cranberry juice. You have cranberry juice?
I do, but you can't bring your bottles in.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you have fresh pineapple juice? And
we
I mean
have
fresh.
canned pineapple juice. Hey.
No, like, will you be able to squeeze the pineapple juice? And I want to see the rinds when I come in, Jessica. Like, because the last time we did this, the guy said it was fresh.
Second, please.
Can I speak to a
one
manager?
second, please.
Can I speak to a manager? Jessica. Jessica put me on hold. I'm bringing my own alcohol.
Sorry, I had to put you on hold really quickly.
That's okay. I'm sure you guys are busy. I've heard a lot of great things about the place. Is there a manager I can talk to, though, Jessica? Because, I mean, I've done this before, and...
I am the manager. I'm the events coordinator.
Oh, you are? Okay.
So anything that you would have done would have been through me.
Oh, no, it wasn't at this establishment, but you know people do this, Jessica. Listen, we're going to tip you big. Let's get back to...
I'm sorry.
All right, well, Jessica...
If you want to email me, you can, and I can show you the different packages that we have, but I can't allow you to bring your own alcohol in.
But we already have the alcohol, Jessica, so why would I buy alcohol if we have alcohol?
Because you're coming to my venue that we sell alcohol. So you either have to buy it or drink your alcohol at home. Or with just a plain event space. So we're a full-service event space, so you cannot bring your own in.
So I can rent the entire event space, and then I can do whatever I want in there, right?
If you want to do that, yes, but we typically don't allow you to bring in your own alcohol either. There's a food and beverage minimum that you purchase.
This would be between you and I, though, Jessica, and we have a budget for this, so I can tip handsomely. That's not the issue. So let's now we're back on track.
This is my job, so I'm not. I can give you my email address. You can send me an email with all the information, and I can respond that way, but I think we're just going to keep going round and round.
Okay, last question. Do you have fresh pineapple juice? Because if it's not fresh, then this is a...
No, we do not. We have canned pineapple juice that we get delivered.
And are you willing to have fresh pineapples there and, like, literally let me watch the people squeeze it and give me the rinds? We donate the rinds to a farm.
Is this a joke?
Jessica, hi. This is Monica Livingston. You're on 36 Nation Prank Radio. How are you? You did a wonderful job.
I think I was just on a radio station.
You did good. Jessica, you there? Jessica got embarrassed and hung up on us. Right?
So that means it was successful.
I think so. Jessica she doesn't have fresh pineapple juice for us, though.
Well, you know what? I guess we'll have to find out.
I told Jessica I'm bringing my own alcohol. All right. Now
we're gonna stay right here because any second Henry is gonna call. I've been in touch with him, so that phone should be ringing in just a moment. And we will get going with our community spotlight segment.
Sweet. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody, with the prank call.
And while we're waiting for Henry, I want to apologize to Chicago out there. I didn't mean to blast your eardrums out. I've lowered the volume, so it's all good.
It's all right.
Because I think I was getting ready to puncture somebody's eardrums with my voice. And I have the stadium voice, so I gotta.
I'm happy we got somebody in Chicago listening.
I know that's right.
All right, I think this is Henry.
Discombobulating. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
See, you
press
even
2.
hear the inner workings.
Henry,
to accept, press
are you
1.
there?
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Henry?
Yes, it is.
Hey.
All right, hey, let's start our community spotlight segment. Here we go. With the music any second. What's going on with me today? I have no idea what's going on with me and this music today, but I'm going to get it straight. All right, this is our community spotlight segment here on 36 Nation Radio. And our guest today has been a pro boxing ring announcer in the nation's capital of Washington, D.C. for the past 28 years. He has appeared on USA's Tuesday Night Fights, ESPN, HBO, has announced in Madison Square Garden, Atlantic City, Radio City Music Hall, Philly's Blue Horizon and other famous venues, he is considered the first prominent African-American pro boxing ring announcer in boxing history. He has also implemented Champs or Chumps initiative, which includes motivational workshops in the area of personal responsibility, conflict resolution, anti-bullying, domestic violence, relationships, teen pregnancy prevention, etc. He also connects with young fathers through with educational and employment opportunities, internships, scholarships, sports, and other empowering measures. And he is under consideration for induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2018. 3-6 Nation, please welcome to the show, Henry Discombobulating Jones. Henry, how are you?
We're ready to do it, so let's step to it. I am well. How are both of you?
Absolutely love that. Hey, man, we are doing great. Thank you so much. As Monica said earlier, full disclosure, Henry is a friend of mine. He is a mentor. I think I first met Henry. I think it was at maybe one of Tony Jetter's boxing cards out in Millersville, perhaps. I think it was when we first met.
Right.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
Keystone Nation. That's right. Yeah.
Because I've tried my hand at the ring announcing thing,
right,
so it's kind of fun. It really is.
I bet.
But so I want to get into this with Henry. For those people out there that aren't connected, Henry, with boxing along the Beltway, shout out to my good friend Gary Williams and his web blog of the same name. Tell us a little bit about your early years, where you're from, what you did growing up, etc.
Well, I'm from upstate Rochester, New York originally, and I've got my master's degree in Baltimore in 82. Got the job in D.C. government as a master's degree social worker working with youth, and been here ever since. So 35 years this month, thank God. And coming up, I always tried my hand at different things. Coming through high school, even middle school, actually, to high school, I wanted to be an actor. I was always on stage, or I should say, I was on stage in the wings, as they say, behind the curtains, telling other people what their lines were. I had this total, graphic memory. I would read a script, no matter how thick, and I would know what word, the page was on, and I would always tell people their lines when they forget them. I would never be able to get on stage my entire career in school. Always the understudy to, pardon my French, but always a Caucasian male. Okay. And so I think it traumatized
that's French?
me. Yeah, to keep trying.
That's like French.
So when I got to D.C., I tried to be a color commentator for basketball. Went to Philadelphia for a tryout through Sports Illustrated. They had tryouts all across the nation and find color commentators for the CBA, the Red, White, and Blue Basketball League. Mm-hmm. I finished third. So they gave me some motivation. And I went to the D.C. Boxing Commission in 1988. And the gentleman at the time, Deputy Commissioner, may rest in peace, Mr. Gilbert Ware, said, well, we don't have any TV contracts for you to be a color commentator, but obviously, boxing, articulate. Why don't you try to get on the mic as a ring announcer? I said, nah, I wasn't thinking about that. And he said, well, and he gave me that epiphany, and hopefully everybody has one in life, vision just for you. He said, well, there have never been any prominent black ring announcers in the history of boxing. Somebody got to be the first one. So the light bulb went off right then and there, and been going strong ever since. So, Sean, not 28 years, but 29 years.
29 years, okay. Well,
don't take my year away. I heard you.
The bio you sent me said 28, so you're going to blame yourself for that year.
My bad. I didn't update it.
Yeah, apologize to my co-host. Right? Update your stuff. Listen, Henry, this is Monica.
That's right.
Henry, Monica here. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hi, Monica. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I have one question. Discombobulating. Come on, you got to explain it.
I knew you was going to ask.
Come on,
Absolutely.
What's the deal with that? Do tell.
Yeah. In high school, I was always a prolific reader. Okay. And my sister, she said, you need to read the dictionary. And I did that because she said you need to know as many words as possible, especially ones people try to use against you that you don't know.
Right.
So I read the dictionary. Then she bought me something called a thesaurus. Right?
Okay.
So I'm watching a fight, And this gentleman, he said, never mind presidential ring experience have I ever seen a fighter so utterly discombobulated. Ran to the dictionary, it wasn't there. Went to my thesaurus and looked it up. To render senseless, completely knock out, upset the composure of. And that's what this one fighter was doing to the other that this color commentator was talking about. And so color commentator, late, great Howard Cosell.
Right.
And so when I became a ring announcer in 1988, I said, I got to come up with something that's going to get the media and sports writers' attention. And all the things I had been through in life to that point that could have discombobulated, ED me, I turned it around to make it positive, and I'm the one doing the knocking out in life. So it's ING, discombobulating.
All right.
See, I like that.
That's the story.
That's kind of like this show.
Exactly. A little
discombobulated as hell.
Now,
that's right.
Now, Henry, fans, when they tune into a fight, they see, the ring announcer in his tux in the middle of the ring doing the introductions to the fighters, and, it's all glamorous and everything. It's like, oh, wow, that's an easy way to pick up a paycheck. But we both know that there's more to it than that. Walk us through a typical fight night as Henry Discombobulating Jones.
Much more. Yeah, I take pride on doing my homework, and it came about because Mark Too Sharp Johnson, that local fighter who's an International Boxing Hall of Fame from D.C., the first ever black flyweight champion in history. Back in 1988, nope, that's wrong. We met in 1988. It took us 10 years to get to ESPN for TV at the D.C. Armory. So he made a promise to me when I met him in 88. He said, when I get to be world champ and fighting on TV at home, make sure you're my ring announcer. Sure enough, it came to pass, but the ESPN people did not want me to announce his fight. So Mark had to write it in on his contract.
Wow.
The day before the fight, at the weigh-in, he told him, this is going to be my ring announcer tomorrow night. They said, no, we're bringing somebody else in. He said, no, you signed the contract. So he was real slick, put his career on the line for me, actually. So they didn't like that. They said, okay. Okay, Jones, we're going to have somebody at ringside with cue cards for you. And I'm thinking to myself, there's nobody going to be at ringside with cue cards. Set me up to fail. So I stayed up all night doing my homework, of what I'm going to say. I rehearsed it in my mind. It took me back to my, my junior high and high school days, trying to be an actor, rehearsing my lines. So it was perfect that night. Mark had a first round knockout, and, he was well on his way to being recognized as one of the best ever. So that just confirmed for me that I needed to always do my homework for myself. So what I do is I not only talk to the fighters at the weigh-in, which is the night before the fight, because that's when, they're most relaxed, getting their game face on, but you can't talk to them because on fight night it's impossible.
Right.
So I actually get how they want their names pronounced.
Right.
Okay, because it might be different, of course, with accents and everything. What color trunks they're wearing, if they want a special shout out to somebody, if somebody died, they want to dedicate the fight in that person's name, whatever, if the ring name, and then I try to pull it all together, and then on fight night, of course, just make it all come alive. And I'll give you a perfect example. This past Saturday at the Sinks Club in D.C., we had a fight on the card, and I read about him that Saturday morning. Name is Sam Cross, undefeated cruiserweight.
Right.
And it said that he was a bartender in Adams Morgan. I didn't know that. So in the introduction, I said that introducing, bartender from Adams, Oregon,
Right.
and Adams Morgan.
Yep.
And tonight he's going to make his opponent punch drunk.
Smooth with it.
See, I like that. See, that's the difference
Took
between
you a second to get it though, but you got it.
Yeah, no, I like that.
See, that's the
that.
difference between Henry and me, because I've also done one of Sam Cross fights.
Right.
I didn't add that flourish to it.
Well,
so
see,
that's,
and let me tell you, and I also have been drunk at Madam's Organ. See how we all are on the same page? Listen, Henry, let me ask you a question. So I know that you do some work in the community. One of the main things and the main reasons that Sean and I started this show, we often say this, is we wanted to be an extension of what's going on well in the community. And so I know you've got a couple of projects that you do. So talk about those briefly, and then I'm sure Sean will wrap up with how we can get in touch with you. But I really want to spotlight that and the work that you're doing,
and also that reality show that you're planning too.
I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, I take even more pride in my work as a social worker, and that's me fighting the good fight on behalf of others. And I work with youth. I work with teens, teen parents. Been made supervisor for Mayor Bowser's new initiative for the runaway and homeless youth.
Oh, okay.
So we need to empower them as well. And of course, as Sean had referenced earlier, I work with the young fathers. And I kid you not, in maybe 90+% of my cases, there are no fathers involved in the home. So how does a young woman, know how to be respected by a man, because the father's supposed to be the first person to protect her, of course.
Sure.
And when a young person come along and whisper those 3 magic words, and you remember what they were,
right?
I love you.
Yep.
The research has shown that it really causes a chemical reaction in your mind and your body, and then that first kiss, it's over with now.
Right.
So they always, just like I would think, and I've never done, but just like a crack addict looking for that hit again that he had, initially. You can never get that again, but you go searching for it. So what we try to do is just empower the young people to recognize what healthy relationships are, come up with individuals' responsibility plans with them, not for them, because they have to buy into it and do it themselves, and get them on the right path, with work or with school. Everybody can do something. There's no excuses nowadays, so I'm glad to say that we've had a lot of progress in that regard, and more victories than defeats. But you don't hear about that in the paper, of course. You just hear about the sensational things that are bad. So we try to turn all that around, because certainly we're doing some great things here in the DMV area, and DC in particular.
Well, that's good. And then that reality show, because you've got a reality show coming up. You are trying to find your successor.
And hopefully you can be part of it. And the reason I came up with it is because for 29 years now, they've always come up with an excuse to try to exclude me when TV comes to town showcasing our local fighters. Back in the day, it was Jones doesn't show up well on TV. Well, what does that mean? The promoter said, well, the fighters look just like him. They show up well.
Exactly.
So we know that was code speak. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then they got creative. Jones is, he's too loquacious. One promoter didn't even know what the word meant. He said, well, he's a very good ringer now, so I hope he can get some help with it. Too loquacious, huh? What you want to be inarticulate, stutter and stammer?
Right.
So it was always an excuse. Mm-hmm. So I've come up, with my own reality show so I can have others audition around the country, the cities that I go to announce in. And, this is my way of giving back and, just empowering somebody else that might want to break into this position, because it's a good old boy network. There's no doubt about it. It's 2 main people that's been doing it for 30+ years. Mm-hmm. And that's my mentor, Michael Buffer, the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy. I wrote a book. He wrote the foreword for the book. He's had me on stage at those places you mentioned, and Jimmy Lennon Jr., who has the contract to Showtime. Mm-hmm. So those are the 2 dominant forces, but certainly it's room for other people, and I'm trying to help them get there.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate that.
And for everybody, if you have never been in the ring, that is something, that's an experience. When you're standing in the middle of the ring, you've got that microphone, all eyes are on you, and you're doing your intro, and then you hit your signature, your tagline, because I know mine is it's fight night, and I would belt that thing out, and that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Yeah.
we appreciate you.
I got to tell you one quick story, Monica.
Listen here now. Make it quick now. We on a schedule.
First time I got in the ring.
You announcers. Go ahead.
First time I got in the ring, I was so nervous. I had taken Spanish, and I introduced the guy as Jesus Maldonado.
Oh!
He ran out the corner and said, "No, Jesus." I knew it was Jesus, but I was nervous. I was just nervous. So he glanced back at me and he said, "Negra." I know what that meant. So yeah, you got to plan your work and work your plan and practice. Perfect.
We talking about practice? We talking about practice? We talking about practice?
Well, hey, Henry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Go, people, go out there, Google Henry Discombobulating Jones. Discombobulating.
Yes.
It's spelled exactly how you think it sounds.
Yep.
So go out there, find him. He is just the greatest. And if you ever go to a boxing card and he's announcing, please make a point to introduce yourself to him. He's just a great guy.
Thanks, Henry.
I'm at Announcer Jones on Twitter.
All right. Announcer Jones on Twitter. All right, take care now. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye-bye.
You too.
All right, so while Henry called in, here's the thing. We're gonna go off script.
Going off script again. We got a little time.
I know we got just a little bit of time. We've got. I'm gonna cancel. Make an intern laugh. They're happy. We'll
do that again.
Yeah. They look relieved with our corny jokes every week, picking me. I mean, I'm the reigning champion, so it doesn't bother me. I'm gonna try to get this prank call, the second prank call.
All right.
He called back. One of the guys that I was trying to call.
Well, let's see if we can.
So I'm gonna go for it, and let's see what happens.
Prank call.
He called me twice while Henry was on the phone. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Can I speak to Jay, please?
Yeah, second.
I'm sorry? Jay,
Back a missed call I got.
is this Jay the Mover?
Yes.
Hey, Jay, listen, my name is Bob. I'm trying to get some estimates about moving. My father needs to move, and I hear that you do a good job moving.
Okay.
Do you, what areas do you service?
I mean, all in Northern Virginia for the most part.
Oh, okay. Would you consider going to Maryland
Yeah,
for the right price? Well, listen, Jay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. He's an old guy, and I gotta get him out of there. And I was gonna move him myself, and told him I would move him, but he said no. He didn't think that was right. He's about 97 years old. He didn't think that was right for me to move him. So I said, okay, let me get him moved. So this sounds a little weird, but I mean, do you have any black guys that work with you?
I do.
Okay, good. He's an old white dude, and he I don't know how to say this to you, Jay, but so he thinks that only y'all should be moving him. He's 97 years old, but he got a lot of money, so I hope this is not going to be a problem. But you're willing to move him?
Yeah. What day were you looking to move?
Well, this is the thing. I'm sick of him at any day of the week, and I don't even care what you charge. I just want you to know, because he may say a couple things. He still used the word colored and things of that nature. So it's so awkward. It's so awkward, Jay. I just don't want that to be a problem. And so is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine as long as there's nothing derogatory.
Well, let me ask you this. What do the guys wear when they come to move them? I just want to know.
We got black work shirts, but generally all black.
Okay. Now, Jay, you can say the no to this, but is it possible for them to dress as a slave?
That's not about to happen.
No, I'm sorry, Jay. You cut out. Where did you hide my heating pad? You cut out, Jay. Is it possible? Shut up now. I got this boy on the phone. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say boy. Jay, I didn't mean to say boy. Can they dress as a slave and I will throw in an extra $500?
Nah, that's not happening, bro.
Jay, this is a prank call from 36 Nation Radio.
Jay, how you doing?
Jay said, hell no. We not dressing as no slave for no amount of money. You were calm, though, bro. You were calm.
You handled that very well.
I appreciate that.
So, look, this is what we're going to do.
I'm willing to work with a lot of situations, but, yeah, that's a little much.
All right. Well, listen, Jay, I'm going to text you afterwards if I'm allowed to and tell you where I got your number from, and we'll give your business a shout out on our show.
Absolutely.
Next week, Thursday, listenvisionlive.com, 36 Nation Radio. But I'll text you that information, and so you can also hear yourself on air because we will upload this on our YouTube channel. Okay?
I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for being a good sport.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
I'll talk to your ass later now, boy. Bye, Jay.
Have my heating pad. And on that note, because it's just about time to sign off.
That's all I got, man.
We want to thank Henry Discombobulating Jones. We want to thank Jay. And we want to thank all the subjects of our 36 Nation news. We didn't even do 36 Nation sports,
we didn't.
but that's okay.
All right.
Dikembe Mutombo trying to buy the Rockets. LeBron going to leave Cleveland again. And somebody's leading the British Open. There's your
and
sports.
nobody wants to be a slave still. We are 36 Nation Radio. I'm Monica Livingston.
I'm Sean Parker.
And we are out. See you next week, everybody.